Well, I hope that you guys had a great Sunday. Honestly, was one of the most discouraging Sundays watching football of my life. The Kansas City Chiefs basically eliminated from postseason contention against the Houston Texans. Not a great way to end the day. Perhaps more importantly, the Dog Bowl took place in Kansas City. I was not able to go. I did actually, honestly, I did really want to go, just didn't end up working out. My kid got sick, and that's the way it goes. But I hope that everyone had a great time in Kansas City. Here on the show today, we're going to take a look at some of the week 14 stuff. I have not checked some of my high stakes fantasy football leagues, so we are going to do that. Shout out to Cognition yesterday on Underdog and everyone there in Kansas City. Cognition 10 shipped a Josh Allen non-stack. No Josh Allen. He used 25 points from Blake Corum, 12 points from Michael Pittman Jr., 16 points from Zay Flowers, 4.2 points from Brenton Strange, and 19 points from RJ Harvey in the Flex Arena to ship $190,000. Ingelks, who I mean, I don't know if I would say Ingelks is our boy, but certainly someone that we've drafted against a ton, ships 90,000. He has DeAndre Swift instead of Blake Corum. He did stack Josh Allen. He did also use Michael Wilson's 31 points. Awin, who is frequently here on the well, I guess I wouldn't say on the channel, but we're drafting against Awin all the time. Our boy Awin does Jacoby Brissett, Kenny Gainwell, Chris Olave, does the Michael Wilson stack, uses Kyle Pitts at tight end, and one Mr. Puka Nakua. Man, Olave was a lot closer to a good game. Awin could have been the Dog Bowl champion, and God bless it. I don't want to be living in a world where Awin is the champion. Not for me, man. Our boy, Slappy the Seal himself, a Slappy Central representative, Mr. Chad Candles, with the 96 points, a 10K shipper for him. So close to a pay jump, actually, for Chad. Joe Burrow with Chase Brown. Luther Burden. Chad was super, super wise. Chad drafted Luther Burden in the 6th round in the first draft. So Chad was in the first Dog Bowl draft that took place. 9 points. T really tried to do it. Dalton Kincaid with 12. And Chad, I feel you on this one. The 9 points or the 8.4 points from Bijan Robinson. You're sitting there and you're like, dude, there's no way that Bijan Robinson against the Seahawks can be that bad of a play. Like, to some point, you got a TTP. You do have to trust the projections, but then at the same point, a running back getting 8.4 points against the Seahawks, also not that surprising. My boy Redacted Pat, I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue how the Dog Bowl works. Very simple. You enter into Battle Royale style drafts on Underdog for the first 12 weeks of the season. Each week, the top 3 finishers in the Dog Bowl qualify to a championship round. Once you qualify to the championship round, Underdog pays for you to fly to the city. Then every seat that you win, so if you finish top 3, that gives you 3 drafts, right? So you win a seat, you get 3 drafts into the final, which is why Chad has 3 teams. So it's basically the same thing as a DraftKings live final or whatever. Fantasy Grinder having an unreal season on Underdog. I'm actually subscribed to Fantasy Grinder's newsletter, and he shipped the week 3 main BR, I think. I don't remember. Week 3, week 4, he shipped the main BR. Then the week after he shipped the main BR, he then got a Dog Bowl suite. So a Dog Bowl seat. So shout out to Fantasy Grinder, Dan J. Preciado with a nice little team in there. Cognition. Let's see who else is here that we know. Our boy Chris G, Jordan Love, Kyron Williams. Oh, man. Sutton let him down. McBride really let him down, but did get the 22 ball from Christian Watson. We got Ty Tubinis. Never quite know how to say it. But yeah, shout out to everyone who did well. Shout out to Awen for the double Jacoby Brissett, Michael Wilson teams. There you go. Yes. I pretend to know what the dog bowl is, but I never actually knew for sure. Well, there you go. It's very simple. It's basically it is Underdog's version of a DFS live final. I'm sure everyone had a lot of fun. Looked like Pete had a lot of fun. Looked like John and Nez had a lot of fun. Very, very cool thing that Underdog does. And hopefully with a 1-year-old next year, it will be more possible for me to attend the 2026 Dog Bowl. At least that's what we're hoping. Non-flat Diet Coke, by the way. Not a particularly great day in the streets for me yesterday. It was just, honestly, it was just a very, very bizarre slate. So much of the chalk just did like really bad, which is not ever really going to be that hard, which is not really ever going to be that easy for me. So let's go pull up the main slate yesterday. Only did 156 drafts. Also, shout out to my boy, Mr. MacNova. MacNova won the Slappy Survivor. So if you played in the Slappy Survivor over on Splash Sports, I believe there were 257 of us who did the who were in the Slappy Survivor, but MacNova generated a dub yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Not the Swolecast touchdown Survivor, not a good time. So here we go. MacNova won yesterday with the Green Bay Packers. Let's see. How lucky did this entry get? I don't really, I remember most of these being pretty chalk. Getting a Bears win obviously is pretty big. Getting a Steelers win is pretty big. I mean, he mostly just took good teams and then had the double pick week. The double pick weeks are the hardest thing to prepare for. But yeah, shout out to Tyler Shuck for upsetting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very good work from Mr. MacNova there. And look, I hope that we will probably have some kind of postseason contest live for the Swolecast. So if you are not signed up to Splash Sports, make sure that you are using promo code SWOLE. Head on over to Splash Sports, get signed up, because we're going to be doing a bunch of contests there. All right, so yesterday, I have not even looked at my exposures for the week 13 NFL BR stuff. Definitely did not draft any Shedeur Sanders. First off, I will never apologize to Shedeur. I think you might have to, man. Benny, I think we are all wrist up. I think we all might have to be apologizing to Mr. Sanders. He played incredibly well yesterday. C. Donaldson is a lifelong Chiefs fan who thinks that Kelce needs to retire. I'm beyond frustrated. I mean, was it Travis Kelce's fault? I mean, Travis Kelce had a very bad game. Mahomes had a very bad game. Right. I mean, honestly, I am more frustrated with Rashee Rice than I am with anyone else. Rashee Rice had basically two of the worst drops you are ever going to see in that game yesterday. Just like very, very brutal stuff from Rashee Rice. Not fun to watch, not fun to experience. I thought the fourth down call was good. I honestly enjoyed the I don't know about enjoyed, but I also would go for it on 4th and 1 at any given point. Who would I most like to see win the Super Bowl now? I guess the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Baker to win a Super Bowl. Definitely not the Buffalo Bills, just because I can't live in a world. So this is just very, 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 very stupid. Fourth down call was arrogant and clueless at the same time. Just like a total non-acknowledgement of the way football works. You know, if you got to get 1 yard and you have Patrick Mahomes, you should be able to get 1 yard. The fourth down call was very good. They just didn't get it. Didn't execute. And the second fourth down call was also good. Rashee Rice just dropped it. Yes, correct. You got it. The Chiefs defense played great, but when you have the ball, you need to maximize the possessions. Jaguars winning the Super Bowl would be very funny. Jaguars winning would be Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen winning would be very good. I'd be happy. Yeah, I think I'd be happy if the Lions won the Super Bowl, right? Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, Jameson Williams. I mean, imagine the Jameson Williams touchdown celebration in the Super Bowl. All right, so BR yesterday, I mean, obviously just a giant mistake here. Derrick Henry has 25 carries, does absolutely nothing. I mean, Derrick Henry in that game, I believe he got outrushed in the end by Keaton Missile. I need to see if that held for the entirety of the game. A loss to the Steelers, by the way, which is very, very bad for their playoff equity. No, okay. So Keaton had 6 rushes for 76 yards. Derrick Henry, 25 rushes for 95 yards. I feel really, 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 really stupid for the Derrick Henry exposure. The James Cook stuff, I don't feel bad about. I think the James Cook stuff felt pretty good. He had like 2 horrible fumbles. One was going to be a touchdown, and then the other one would have been called back by holding, but he just played like shit. Honestly, I mean, let's be real. Let's just keep it up front. The Bills should not have won that game. Joe Burrow turned into JJ McCarthy, or Joe Burrow turned into Max Brosmer to end that game. I mean, let's just keep it so serious about the Buffalo Bills. Like, what was their win equity when the Bengals got the ball back? So let's go to the play-by-play data here. So in the fourth quarter, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen scrambles for this touchdown. At the time that Josh Allen scrambles for the touchdown, their win equity is still pretty good. They get a nice first down here. They are on the Buffalo side of the field. The Joe Burrow interception for Jamar Chase, I mean, is that one of the worst throws you've ever seen? Like, I don't even know what he's doing. Like, what is he attempting to accomplish there? Just awful play from Joseph Burrow. And you can't blame it on Chase. You can't blame it on the offensive line. Like, Burrow just made a bad throw. Bad decision. Maybe his hands were cold. I don't know. But they're on the Buffalo 33. Like, they're about to get a field goal at worst. So if they get a field goal, it goes to 31-25. So the Bills have to drive the length of the field and get a touchdown and not leave enough time for the Bengals to get a field goal, right? So then the Bengals get the ball back. What happens when they get the ball back? Joe Burrow then throws... Okay, wait. Where was the first interception? The first interception was... Am I tripping? So Joe Burrow throws the pick 6 to Benford here. Yes, there you go. So they get the ball back, and then he does it again. He does it again, bro. So they get the ball back, 32-24. I mean, what was their win equity here? There's 5 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock back. You get a touchdown, you win the game. What was their win equity there? It still had to have been pretty good. Like, coin flip, maybe 40% to win the game, and then Burrow just immediately throws a pick. And obviously the reason I'm frustrated is because I just needed some more fantasy points. I drafted 21% of Trey McBride. I mean, I guess I didn't know Michael Wilson was going to get 37 fantasy points. 21% of Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor would have been strong. Daniel Jones like tore his Achilles, and it is what it is. Bucky Irving, that one also feels like a mistake. What are you going to do? He's not healthy, right? Bucky Irving is just not 100% healthy. He was in a legit 50-50 timeshare with Rachaad White, and he did score a touchdown early. Maybe could have gotten another one, but Sean Tucker got them into scoring position, and as it so happens, kind of all the time, he got them into scoring position, so they rewarded him with the touchdown. This right here, this is the definition of insanity. Does anyone want to tell me what I was doing here? 21.2% of Justin Jefferson. The only wide receivers I had more than the field of were Jefferson and JSN. That was it. I was behind on T. I was behind on Michael Wilson. I was way above on Jacoby Myers, who I guess could have mattered on a different day. But god damn, dude. Justin Jefferson. These Justin Jefferson game logs. Like where are we going to be taking Justin Jefferson in fantasy football next year? Because this is the most Terry McLaurin-ass game log you're ever going to see. This dude, the last month of the season, 6 for 47 and 1, 4 for 37, 5 for 61, 4 for 48, 2 for 4, 2 for 11. Oh, God. Yes, exactly. If I told you that Minnesota absolutely steamrolled and that we got 3 passing touchdowns, I would have drafted him even harder. Why do I think that Christian Watson was drafted so little? I don't remember his expected return timeline. Bro, Christian Watson tore his ACL this year. 2025. Christian Watson tore his ACL this year. Let's actually maybe that'll be a good little trip down memory lane. Christian Watson in 2024, bro played on January 5th. Christian Watson played on January 25th and returned from an ACL tear. This is like the most I have no analog for anything like Christian Watson returning. Running in June without a brace means absolutely nothing. The Packers spent a first-round pick on a wide receiver and a third-round pick on a wide receiver. And how many times has this dude hurt his legs in his life? He is built different, I guess. Because it happened in the cold, it heals faster. I don't even think Adrian Peterson didn't even return this early, right? Adrian Peterson was 11 months, I thought. I thought Adrian Peterson was a full 11 months. But maybe I could be wrong. Yeah, it's honestly, it's insane. It's making me feel crazy because Watson himself is like the most injury-prone wide receiver. Yeah, exactly. AP's ACL was week 1, not fucking week 18. Week 18 is crazy. There you go. AP was 8 months. Christian Watson was what? Christian Watson was 7 months. He returned to football activities. I don't know, man. Shout out to Christian Watson. And shout out to, because I guess a couple some of you dudes out there, and I don't even remember who, so apologies, but some of you guys were telling me Christian Watson was draftable, and I'm sure I was just laughing at you guys. But was I wrong, because Christian Watson has been awesome. Christian Watson has been back, way ahead of schedule. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. His hamstrings, because remember there was that story about his hamstrings. Yes, his hamstrings were literally getting studied a year ago. Maybe what happened is, think about this. He takes the time off, and his hamstrings, because he's not running, maybe his hamstrings balanced out. Maybe all the issues with his hamstrings fixed themselves, and it allowed him to actually like unlock the next level of his game. No, well, Aaron Rodgers was lying about coming back for the Jets from his Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers, all due respect to Aaron Rodgers, what he was doing was he was lying. I'll show you even dumber than Justin Jefferson, 21% or whatever. How about this idiot shit? Jaden Daniels. I just looked at that Jaden Daniels projection and I was like, wow, look at that Jaden Daniels, 20% in the week 14 BR. Just so stupid. Just come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I'd like to return to the Christian Watson thing, because actually this is indicative of how absolutely insane this run is. Look at how often he's playing last year. 43%, 78%. He gets up to full snaps in these games, 65%, 67, 56, 74, 53, 60, 11, 54, 58. Christian Watson is playing the most football of any season in his career, coming off of a freaking ACL tear. He's a full-time player coming off of a freaking ACL tear. It's incredible. It's incredible. I just there is no analog for a player like this. I don't think there's really not for like an injury prone guy. You know what, Paul? I don't have tennis elbow, but I have golfer's elbow. So instead of the inside of my elbow, it's on the outside, and it is killing me. Paul, it is absolutely it. I can't even sleep right, dude, because I can't have if my arm is bent for too long, then when I extend it, it is like horribly painful. Miserable. I am not built like one of these NFL players. Although I did get up and go lift weights this morning, so I'm not necessarily like rehabbing it, but it is awful, man. Oh, yeah, horrible. If it's on the outside, then yeah, you have golfer's elbow, not tennis elbow. Yeah, if you can't pick anything up, if you have a hard time, like you grab something up and you pull it, that is lateral epicondilitis, I believe. Yeah, something like that. But it's golfer's elbow, not tennis elbow. Take a Medrol dose pack. I did take a round of steroids. I took a round of methylprednisone, and it was not great. Yeah, I would say there is some pretty helpful rehab stuff you can do, but yeah, a lot of this. You're just pulling back on your fingers. Yeah, where's Jesse Morse when you need him? Here's a good one. If Kyler Murray is starting next year, where is it at? My bet would be like Jets, Raiders, Vikings. I'm more bullish on the situation for the Vikings. I would like to see this. Honestly, I would like to see Kyler at Indianapolis. But if you're asking, where is Kyler Murray playing next year? Obviously it's definitely not Arizona. Probably it's probably somewhere where it's kind of a bummer. I do think Indianapolis or Minnesota would be cool, but sadly, Sherlock Penguin is correct. Kyler Murray is such a Raiders quarterback. Is there any more Raiders quarterback than Kyler Murray? Like some of the names that have led them in passing, right? So you've got Pryor. You've got, how old was Carson Palmer? So Carson Palmer, when he went to the Raiders, was 32. Yeah, it sounds about right. Jason Campbell. You guys remember Jason Campbell? Commanders, Raiders, Bears, Browns, of course, Jason Campbell, Jamarcus Russell. Dante Culpepper at what age? Dante Culpepper at 30. It was totally over for him then. I don't even know this guy. Andrew Walter. You guys remember this guy? Andrew, I do not remember Andrew Walter. Andrew Walter started for the Raiders in 2006. Don't remember that. Kerry Collins, obviously, at the later stages of his career. Kerry Collins, in his 30s. Yeah, dude, it's Kyler Murray. It's definitely gonna be Kyler Murray. Just to build on the proud tradition, Rich Gannon, Jeff Hostetler. I've got some very vague memories of him. I don't know who this Schroeder fella is. Jay Schroeder. Don't remember that. There you go. Yeah, Vegas for sure. He can also be an outfielder for the I guess they'll be the Vegas Athletics at that point. So the issue, though, is Kyler Murray is due what might be politically referred to as a crap ton of money. So Kyler Murray is guaranteed, God, what is it? Cap hit $43 million, $53 million, $43 million. This is not a cheap guy to acquire. Name no one cares about. It's funny. Said TB12 never going to sign off on a 5'8" quarterback. So the thing is, I don't know if you guys read this Diana Rossini article that came out, but the Diana Rossini article is basically like, Tom is not doing shit with the Raiders. He's never in the building. He's never doing anything. Tom is not locked in for what's going on with the Raiders. So maybe it ends up not mattering that TB12 is not going to sign. Because remember, although apparently Diana Rossini also reported, and this is crazy to think about for our Bowers and our Genti bags, apparently the team wanted Sam Darnold, but Brady said, "No, we're not doing Darnold." All right. The Vikings have Dallas, the New York Giants, the Detroit Lions, and the Green Bay Packers last 4 games. Does J.J. McCarthy play competent enough to at least be the favorite for the job next year? I say no. I say our most likely scenario is that next year, I would say a veteran, a veteran of some degree, caliber, quality is starting for the Minnesota Vikings. The people want to hear your take about the field goal with 4 seconds down 10 yesterday. I mean, that's just totally normal stuff. No conspiracy there. I did see people talking about the conspiracy. Would you have been mad if the Raiders scored a touchdown down 10 with 4 seconds left yesterday? You would not be mad at all. You would not accuse them of trying to cover the spread. So what's the difference between kicking a field goal down 10 and scoring a touchdown down 10 with no time left? Absolutely no difference between these two things. There is no conspiracy. It just is what it is. Teams mostly try and score points until the end of the game. I think KOC is probably gone regardless, right? Isn't KOC almost like I don't know. Feels like if you're going to be a quarterback whisperer and what you get is the worst quarterback performance that anyone's ever seen, like it's probably over. I could definitely see KOC being fired. I mean, the 49ers are going to try and keep Mac Jones, but I wouldn't say, I mean, what are they going to turn down, a 3rd round pick? Guys, I'm sorry. He could definitely be fired. He could absolutely be fired. See, I disagree with this. I think that KOC is more likely to be the fall guy than Kwesi. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It depends. I guess it depends on what owner who does ownership view as the failure of JJ McCarthy? Does ownership think it was Kwesi, or does ownership think it was McCarthy? I mean, people are the thing is that they were set on competing this year. And who told who? Like, because the way they approached the offseason, the way they approached the roster was, we can compete this year. They have not been close to competing. So is that KOC telling the front office and ownership, hey man, I can get good results out of JJ McCarthy this year? Or was it Kwesi saying, KOC, you better get JJ McCarthy ready to play because we want the roster to compete this year? But if you think that the Minnesota Vikings can have the season they had and no heads roll, I would be surprised. Like if the team next year is JJ McCarthy at quarterback, KOC at head coach and Kwesi as the GM, there's no chance of that, right? One of those three, quarterback, head coach, GM, one of those has to change, right? I don't know, man. I don't I mean, I don't know what's going on inside the Vikings organization. But you can't run back. Like the Vikings stink out loud, dude. They are non-competitive in a lot of these games. The Minnesota Vikings are 5-8 with a negative 26 point differential. They're 26th in the NFL in points, 28th in the NFL in yards. The defense is actually pretty good. I agree with this, but that doesn't stop guys from getting fired. Kyle Shanahan has been fired before. I mean, Andy Reid got fired by the Philadelphia Eagles. Like guys get fired. I mean, everyone universally agrees with this that the hardest thing to do in any sport is to play quarterback. The thing about Mac Jones is you're not going to be able to just get him. Like the 49ers are not giving Mac Jones away. That is not happening. Mac Jones has a $3.9 million cap hit. 3.9 million. Like you are not getting that guy for maybe even a third round pick. I hope Matt Nagy retires. I never want to watch Matt Nagy call a game ever again. Am I maybe I'm misremembering this, but didn't Shanahan get fired after Kyle Shanahan got fired from the Vikings, right? Or did he immediately go get promoted? I honestly don't remember. Did he I guess he got hired away. He got hired away. See, and I think giving a second for Mac Jones is probably terrible decision making. Like, if you're going to give a second for Mac Jones, you might as well take a developmental quarterback in the second round. Okay, there you go. Shanahan was hired by the 49ers, not fired by the Falcons. Okay. That really got away from me. Point being, really wish I would have not drafted any Jaden Daniels yesterday. I have heard we're talking about Stefanski. I've heard Stefanski is out of here. For ownership, a second for Mac Jones. Does it make you money? Mac Jones, Ayuk, and some picks for Justin Jefferson. If I'll tell you this, if Andy Reid fires Justin, or if the Vikings trade Justin Jefferson, that the organization's gotta shut down. Yeah, I agree with both of these things. Stefanski is gone, and that he should have a job instantly upon doing so. Although I'll tell you what, and let's do the Shedeur apology right here. So if you were just watching for the Shedeur apology, obviously this is caveated by they were playing the Tennessee Titans. But actually, let's go to box scores. Shedeur played very well yesterday. And to me, what became very apparent is that Dylan Gabriel was Stefanski's guy and Shedeur was Andrew Berry's guy. 9.5 total EPA, 0.19 EPA per play, 7.6 ADOT. Actually had a negative CPOE because some of his stuff was on screens. The Browns were barely positive on passing plays, negative EPA on early down plays, very, very positive EPA on late down. 0.08 EPA per play is honestly not great per drop back, but it's kind of fine. I don't think Shedeur is Jimmy Haslam's guy. I think he's probably I think he's probably Andrew Berry's guy. That's my read. Yeah, I have not pulled up the BB data muse yet, but we will here in a little bit. Yeah, I'll say this. This is my official position on Shedeur Sanders. Obviously, I do not think that Shedeur is like, I think it's unlikely that Shedeur is probably starting for the Cleveland Browns next year. I think he's probably not quite an NFL level quarterback because he's so prone to being sacked, but he definitely was better than being a 5th round pick just because like he's got a bad attitude, you know. And I think that if his dad wasn't if his dad wasn't Deion Sanders and he had a bad attitude, he still probably would have been a day 3 pick. But let's see here where Shedeur is. Yeah, so there you go. Even with yesterday's results, Shedeur is dead last in the National Football League. Worse than JJ McCarthy, worse than Dylan Gabriel in EPA per play. Dead last, 44 out of 44 in EPA per play plus CPOE composite. You know, and that's with yesterday's results. So that is counting what he did yesterday. If you make it just EPA per play, he's right about the same as Tyler Shuck. If you do non-adjusted EPA per play, so if you do non-adjusted, he's a little bit better. He's about with Flacco and with Fields. Like basically, like I think Shedeur is, you know, I think he's kind of fine. I think he should hang around in the NFL as a like I guess does he want to be a backup quarterback? Like doesn't Shedeur have so many other avenues in his life? Like can't Shedeur like go be like a businessman and go be like super rich? That's something I would think about with him because Deion's got to have every connection that you could ever have in life. Like Deion could introduce him to super mega billionaires. Deion could, Deion is friends with the president of the United States. Like Shedeur does not have to be a backup quarterback. You know what? Honestly, DG 4565, this is pretty spot on. He does kind of remind me of Minshew. Yeah, he is pretty accurate. He can complete a lot of passes, but he is going to be his time to throw is just going to be awful. Like basically I'm like really being I think I'm being fair and balanced cuz if you guys remember, I liked Shedeur more as a prospect than like Jacob and Karain did. Like I don't think Shedeur is like a good quarterback prospect, but I think he is kind of like a fine quarterback prospect. I wonder where he's at in I'd like to look at where he's at in time to throw. So Shedeur is dead last in the NFL in time to throw. Actually, funnily enough, he's right next to Caleb Williams in time to throw. Now, I would totally believe this, that the dude just wants to play football. Football players want to play football. That I totally believe. Browns fan would love Shedeur to be great as it basically saves us from the hole we dug with Watson. That said, I want no part of him as a backup with the drama fan base. Well, you know, honestly, I think we should probably be fair to Shedeur. It doesn't seem like his teammates dislike him or that he himself has been any problem, right? Like I don't think has anyone said like, oh yeah, Shedeur, like we don't like him in the locker room or Shedeur's a problem in the locker room. I guess there was that annoying interview he did where he was like miming. But like he was like being very complimentary of Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. And I think let's be very, very clear. He's definitely better than Dylan Gabriel, right? Like Dylan Gabriel went to the University of Oklahoma. So I like Dylan Gabriel. He's clearly better than Dylan Gabriel. But Yeah. Like I think obviously like the Shedeur thing is it's all so annoying because the people who really like Shedeur are so unable to be realistic about what he can do on the field. Like Shedeur had a good game against the Titans. He was giga mega ass against the 49ers. He was very bad against the Raiders, and he was like the worst player anyone's ever seen against the Ravens. Is he better than Watson? That's a good question. I guess I'd say this. I'd rather watch Shedeur Sanders play than Deshaun Watson. Like Deshaun Watson, this will be here. This will be a good memory. Let's go 2023, 2024. We'll do minimum let's do minimum 300 plays because I assume Deshaun Watson was the absolute worst in the NFL over this time frame. Purdy the GOAT, by the way. Deshaun Watson, 42 an EPA plus CPOE composite, the same as Tommy DeVito. Actually, Shedeur was 0.07 EPA per play, so he was better than Watson. Adjusted EPA per play. Yeah. Yeah. I'm confident at this point saying that he's better than Deshaun Watson. Everything I've heard is that Deshaun Watson is not playing for the team next year. Watson did not. Deshaun Watson stinks. There's no redeeming. There's basically no reason for Deshaun Watson to play. Let's go. Because honestly, I'd forgotten how bad things had gotten. So in 2023, Watson came back in 2023, right? No, 2022 he came back for Cleveland. So 2022 for Cleveland, Watson comes back. No games over 276 passing yards. He averages 5.9 adjusted yards per attempt. That's really bad. 2023, he only gets 171 pass attempts, 6.29 adjusted yards per attempt. That's also terrible. And then in 2024, he's awful. 5.51 net adjusted yards per attempt. That might be worse. That might be worse than JJ McCarthy. Adjusted yards per. It's almost okay. It's not. It's not. It is worse than Cam Ward. It's worse than Gabriel. Worse than Flacco. Worse than Geno. Yeah. What I would say Watson is basically like. And also, you know what? I think it's is unfair. I agree with this. I think to compare Sanders to Watson is unfair. You at best you could say Shedeur is like kind of annoying and you don't really like his attitude, or you didn't like the way he conducted himself over the media, or you're just like annoyed by the Mel Kiper. But like Deshaun Watson's actually a bad dude. Like Deshaun Watson, like legitimately a very bad guy. I'm comparing Cleveland quarterbacks, and I'm saying Shedeur is better than Deshaun Watson. I'm saying right now, everything involved, I would rather have Shedeur be my quarterback than Deshaun Watson, like for sure. And I don't even know if it's fair to say that Shedeur is unlikable. I guess I don't perceive Shedeur as unlikable. I don't like Jacina Anderson, and I don't like the Shedeur fanboys. But like, I will say the same thing I said about like Tyler Shuck and about Jackson Dart and all these guys. I root for every young quarterback in the NFL to do well because we don't have enough good quarterback play. Look at some of these guys. We've had to watch 7 starts of JJ McCarthy. We had to watch 6 starts of Dylan Gabriel. We had Geno, Rattler. I mean, even like Tua, just like honestly, just like not fun guys to watch. I think this is basically what I would say. Shedeur seems pretty cool. His fan base is pretty annoying, and the media members caping for him. I would say if I had to rank them, I would say I'd rank number 1, media members about Shedeur are the most annoying. Number 2, YouTube commenters about Shedeur Sanders, followed by very low down Shedeur himself. And yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine. That's college football, right? I'm not going to be mad about any of the thing that the Colorado guys did. I guess the interesting thing is like, what is our expectation for the Browns moving forward? Because I would guess the Browns probably don't have that easy of a schedule. So the Browns play the Bears on the road, the Bills at home, the Steelers at home, and the Bengals on the road. I mean, I don't expect Shedeur to be like awesome in any of these games. I again, as always, I'm always rooting to be wrong about this. Like anytime you're wrong about a quarterback sucking, it's a total win, right? Like let's look up like Tyler Shuck. Like Tyler Shuck having a 73.9 offensive grade. That's a huge win for us as a collective whole of people who like to watch football. Shuck being passable is a huge win because that means there's at least one more quarterback who's not like the worst, most offensive guy you've ever seen in your life. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If Olave does not drop that touchdown 2 weeks ago, people are talking about Shuck like he's God's gift to New Orleans. I hope to be wrong about things all the time. I hope to be because there are lots of things I believe that are not going to be good for me over the long run. Need Malik to turn into Tyreek Light. Malik Washington? I guess it could happen. I have nothing in this. If I have nothing in this world, at least I'll have Harold Fannin. I mean, shout out to the Fannin, dude. Shout out to Harold the Plannin Fannin. The dude has been awesome. 8 for 114 and 1, 3 for 43 and 1. Guy's been baller. He's been awesome. Very. You know what? That's actually a good transition. We can be done looking at the BR stuff. Here's my FanDuel team from yesterday. I guess I didn't show this on the stream last night. I thought I was so sharp getting a 9% Jonathan Taylor, a 17% Bucky with the Jacoby Brissett double. Jacoby Myers scores a touchdown. RJ Harvey was only 26%. I thought this team was absolutely rolling. So a little bit, what was the winning team in this? Stafford, Bucky, Pollard. 1.7% drafted Pollard. Sutton, Puka. Yeah, I had to have Puka yesterday. Oh, I didn't even look at what the main winning BR team was yesterday. I guess I looked at we're about to look at the sweats. Let's finish this up yesterday because I didn't even look at what the main winning BR team was. Shout out. Oh my God, it was a 3-way chop. A 3-way chop. Has that ever happened before? The game might be gone. Okay, it was Josh Allen, RJ Harvey with Puka, T, Michael Wilson, and Kincaid. Yeah, so it was duped 3 times. And I guess so Allen and Kincaid would have been super common. Starting your draft, Josh Allen, Puka Nacua. So that was super, super common. So I guess you drafted. So at the 1-2 turn, you do Josh Allen, Puka Nacua. Then at the next turn, you took T. Higgins and Michael Wilson. Then at the final turn, you take RJ Harvey and Dalton Kincaid. This team could have almost been auto drafted. Like honestly, you could have auto drafted this team. Like I think almost off the default rankings. Yeah, pick 6. You could have. Kincaid's ADP was what? 33.7, 32.8. If you could have gotten in the right room, you could have auto drafted that. You could have touched nothing. entered into 150 of these, set your settings. Yeah, I think you could have autoed the winner in the right room. I'm almost certain you could have. Yeah, because if you're picking at what was Kincaid was picked at pick 31 and Harvey was picked at pick 30, you could have autoed it off of just ADP. All right, Nicholas wants me to check Max Payne in 65th. All right. We got a duper here. Which one are you? Which one are you, Nick? Well, here in 65th, we have Freeze the Plug and Nista Fly. Josh Allen. Oh my God, Ken Walker versus Harvey. Ooh. Anthony Richardson is not playing next week. No. Anthony Richardson has like a legitimate. I keep saying this to people. His face is broken, dude. He broke this bone right here. Actually, I don't know if you guys ever can you see? I have this horrible scar right here. I actually broke my orbital bone once, and let me tell you, you are not playing tackle football with a broken orbital bone. Not happening. Anthony Richardson will not be playing. Apparently he snapped a resistance band against his face and broke it. Not great. But yeah, you could have autoed the winner. I mean, I was young, so I didn't have to have the surgery. I was I think I was like 12 or 13, but he had a surgery. So anytime you add a surgery into a bone recovery, it's gonna last longer. That basically every Colts fan I know says the dude is not playing. Yeah, there you go. All the Colts beat writers are saying it's Leonard for the rest of the season. That would be my read as well. Broken orbitals are dangerous because you don't get a lot of blood flow around your eye. Source: family is eye doctors. On the eve of the best ball playoffs, have you ever discussed the large difference? You are wrong. It's not. You're on DraftKings. The reason why it shows $102 is it's showing you the expected value of your team. On Underdog, it just shows you the money that you get, which is $25 back. Yeah, apparently, Riley Leonard is interested. Let's go find out who is the Colts' third string quarterback right now. So we got Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard on the Colts practice squad. They have Brett Rippon. All right. Shout out to Brett Rippon, Boise State legend, Brett Rippon. Yeah, where is Minshew? Minshew is the Chiefs' backup quarterback right now. And we might see some Gardner Minshew this year. Yes, Devin Achane hurt his rib cage yesterday. Apparently, what Mike McDaniel said was that if it was an emergency, he could have come back in the game. I got a question about this on the Patreon, on patreon.com/Davis Maddox. Someone asked me why Jalen Wright seemed to have leapfrogged Ollie Gordon. To me, it seems like a classic. The running back 2 is in their role, and then when the running back 1 gets injured, the running back 3 gets promoted. Kind of seemed like a classic situation there. What was my best BR team? Josh Allen, James Cook, Kyron, Michael Williams, T. Higgins, and Colston Loveland. So I guess on this team, if James Cook would have scored one of those touchdowns, this team would have had a legitimate sweat up until the end because the winning wide receivers were T, right? Oh no, you had to have Puka. So never mind. I did not have a sweat. I think a lot of people, honestly, like I actually think that the Sauce Gardner trade probably was pretty good. How can you be mad at the management for the Colts for going all in on a season where the Kansas City Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs, the Ravens are going to miss the playoffs, and I mean, all due respect, like the Bills are good, but the Bills are shaky. The Bills are not the best version of the Josh Allen Bills, right? I don't think you can. Yeah, I would say, yeah, Sauce got hurt. I think I disagree. I respectfully think I disagree that going all in on this team was pretty defensible. I I don't know if I would have done it. I would probably, if I was a front office person, I would probably be a little bit too conservative with decisions like that. Yeah, and people forget the Pacers made the finals. People forget. Yeah, exactly. If the no one, not one person on earth would be shocked if the Texans beat the Bills in like the worst game you've ever seen. The Colts are not going to be the worst team in the league next year. The Colts won 7 games with fucking Joe Flacco, Gardner Minshew, and Anthony Richardson. 100%. Like, it's really easy to say this with hindsight. The Kansas City Chiefs have been in the AFC Conference Championship for 7 straight years. They are not going to be in the postseason this year. This, if you are any AFC team, if you're the Ravens, if you're the Bills, if you're the Broncos, if you're the Texans, this was your year to go. This was the year to do it. Because it would just be my opinion that I don't think the Chiefs are going to be near as bad next year. And if the Ravens fire Harbaugh, the Ravens are probably going to be a lot better next year too. So I don't think I would be I don't think I would be too down on the Colts having made that decision. And it I mean, look, it didn't work out. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out. Yeah. And yeah. Well, thank God that the Chiefs and the Ravens are basically eliminated from postseason contention before because now when the mitten's out, at least we aren't gonna have to draft these guys. Let's pull up the athletic playoff picture. Because the playoff picture looks a lot different today. The NFL playoff picture. All right, let's pull this up. So the Ravens, I guess, are not dead. The Ravens they're definitely dogs. They're 27%. But if they beat the Bengals and they beat the Steelers, so this is all they got to do. But if they, let's see, even if they lose this Patriots game, they're still, so how about that? They lose the Patriots game. They lose the Packers game. They can still get in. They're 52% if they win their 2 divisional games. And if I give the Steelers another loss, so if I give the Steelers a loss to the Dolphins, yeah, let's give the Dolphins a win here. Then they get to 83% to make the postseason. Yeah, the way too early is full. And if you're curious, here's how the Chiefs can make the postseason. Obviously, I ran this last night before I went to bed. So the Chiefs have to win out, obviously. Let's say the Eagles win tonight, and then let's say the Chargers lose to the Cowboys. So the Cowboys win, and then the Chargers, let's say the Chargers beat the Texans, and the Chargers, let's say the Broncos beat the Chargers. Then the Chiefs can get in. I am assuming that the Gauntlet and the Mitten are going to be out this week. I'm assuming. I don't know. No one has told me. This is the Athletic NFL Playoff Simulator. So the Chiefs can still get in. It's basically them versus the Chargers. And then I guess the Colts as well. So if you assume the Colts lose to the Texans and you assume the Jaguars beat the Colts, they get in. So basically it's Kansas City versus Indianapolis and Kansas City versus the Chargers, and they do not have the tiebreaker against the Chargers. Yes, I am definitely an Eagles fan tonight. If the Chargers win tonight, it might even be over. Let me refresh this page. I think if the Chargers win tonight, it is it's super over. Here, let's go. Let me just wait. Did my mouse just die? Yeah, shit, my mouse just died. Tough scene. Don't love that. All right, there we go. I definitely don't have any BBM teams with Shedeur. I am right now advancing 30 teams on DraftKings, which is what's that? That's slightly above average, right? 30 teams. I gotta plug my. Oh God, bro, get this light out of here. There we go. I gotta plug this mouse in real quick. Where is it? What do I think happens tonight? I have no idea. I'll be big time rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles though. Ryan is in first place in fantasy best ball. Shout out to Ryan J, my man. Okay, let me refresh this page and run the odds with the Chargers win tonight. Because it's not good. It's not good. All right, let's go Chiefs. And then let's give them a win out. But then let's give the Chargers a win tonight. Yeah, they go down to 42%. So pretty bad. Yes, if only a committee selected the teams for NFL playoffs, the Chiefs would be in. Very true. All right. I got it. You know what? We got to look at some high stakes stuff because I think things went pretty well for me in high stakes this year, but it could have really turned last night because I did not check any scores yesterday. I know that things went pretty well on FFPC. So let's go by the teams. So the team with Nate, we fell to third. So that's not great. We are in third by half a point. 197.5 versus 197.55. Do we have anyone left? I think we do. Yes, we have Barkley. So I'm definitely rooting for Barkley to get a lot of points tonight. Man, Colts defense sucked. Aaron Jones sucked. Trey McBride sucked. AD Mitchell sucked. Guess we could have started Chris Godwin, is what it is. All right, this is the team with Soccer Dave. We are in second. We are trailing by 33 points before the sprint starts. And we have who left to go? Got 46 points. Not shout out to Byshell Tootin. We have Devonta left to go tonight and the Eagles defense. So that's nice. Then we have the Silver Bullet, second in the league with Leone here. All right, we're definitely done there. And we might not even get second because we are just barely ahead of Michael and Robert. But and we don't have any PMR. So we might even fall out of the playoffs. Damn. Ooh, yes, sorry. That's 500 of a point. So half a point. My thoughts on the Kamani Vidal Hampton split is that I would be stunned if Hampton came back and was not like 70% of the work, but I've been wrong about lots of stuff before. God, we really this team with Leone might straight up fall out of the fucking postseason against the team. God, that is so frustrating, man. I really hope that does not happen. But over on the FFPC, there is a chance we win the pros versus Joes, by the way. Because we are, I guess not. We are a lot of points behind. We are almost 60 points behind there. But the team is pretty good. Josh Allen, we don't have any running backs because we do have Hampton points tonight, and we had McCaffrey on bye. Igbuka stunk, but we got one league championship. So here you go. League championship right here. We win. Our opponent did nothing. So that is what's that? $6,000 total here. There might be an auto clinch based on points for. I'm not certain. It's hard to remember all the rules for the high stakes stuff, but we are going to get $6,000 here for a W in this league championship. And we even have guys left to go tonight. So we win the league, which is very nice. And then look what happened to us in this league, bro. We are going to score like about 140. This dude has Jacoby Brissett, 37 points from Gibbs, 35 points from Puka. Gets a long Jalen Warren touch. This dude just killed us. 186 to 129. So there's nothing that we could do. What's the best main team? The best main team in general or my best main event team? Because my best main event team is definitely this one right here. Jalen Hurts. We do have P. Ryan in there, but because we have I guess actually we have nothing at running back on this team, so maybe this team stinks and is not going to get anything done in the sprint. Max Battle Royale for the first time ever, minus 380. I mean, minus 380 is a little bit better than expectation, honestly. Jets drop bombs. I would say your expectation on a given week is probably to lose 50% in the main BR. So this team was the league champion, but doesn't look like it has enough running back to get there. This team right here could cause some problems in the sprint. We have A-Chain at running back. We have Montgomery, Rashad White, and Kareem Hunt at running back. We have Waddle, Addison, Devontae Adams, Tet, DJ Moore, Juwan Jennings at wide receiver. But the sick thing about this team is it has Brock Bowers and Aronde Gadsden. So we could definitely end up. I think this team could make some noise in the sprint. I don't know if it'll win us $1 million, but it would be pretty sick to win $1 million. Dodging 50-ish points from QJ Hampton to move on in my eliminator. I mean, I think you're safe, but God forbid, man. DK bags are looking pretty good-ish. I mean, I'm advancing 20% of my teams or whatever over there. So feel pretty good about that. All right, let's pull up bbmdb.com, and then we can pull up the best ball data muse. And then we'll do a more thorough Best Ball Mania leaderboard show later. But overall, I would say I think it's going to end up being a pretty good year in Best Ball. I mean, not like the greatest year, but 1,714 teams, advancing 272 of them. Yes, the main event sprint size is 1 million. I didn't do any big gorillas, so I have no idea what the payout is. So I did lose some teams this week because I was up to like 285 teams, advancing exactly 16.7%. I'm actually expected to lose a couple tonight in Best Ball Mania, advancing 33 big boards. handful of puppies, 6 little Dalmatians in one, 38 or 39 in the other. Kind of just a handful of Pomeranians, handful of these small ones, 3 mini Schnauzers, 4 poodles. Just hoping to find a shipper somewhere in there. Couple Huskies, couple Pit Bulls. No luck in the Hound Dog. Am getting through. Look at that. Am getting through some in the Flock Community Contest, and PD says there's some chance that I get one through here. I have Herbert left to go tonight, and that's it. So I have Herbert replacing. Oh, I have Herbert replacing 2 zeros at quarterback. The one I'm advancing 6 in, I also autoed with poor positional setups. So like I have like 1 tight end on a lot of them. Yes, I also have a big dog team I was very, very fond of that is not going to get through. Can I find that? Where is the big dog team on here? The big dog. So this team right here, I was very fond of. Mahomes, Bryce Young. It was a Henry team. It also hit on Scattaboo and Woody Marks. It had Puka. It had Tet. Sadly, it had Worthy and Pearsall, but it had Igbuka, Coker, and Isaac Tesla, Tyler Warren, Brenton Strange, Theo Johnson. Very, very sad that it's not getting there. Very, very disappointing. I wonder. Let's go look at specifically my best ball mania teams and see which ones we're gonna lose. So this team is dead. This team is 7% to get through with what? Who do I have left tonight? I have Lad left tonight. So a Lad explosion and we could get through. All right. And then, this one 61%. So I could get caught pretty easily here. Do I have anyone left? So looks like I don't have, or I have Keenan left tonight to maybe save me on that one. That's a Bowers and a Fannin team. I'm 1% to get through on this one. So that one's probably dead. 31% to hold on to this 13-point lead here with no one left to play tonight. Yeah, no one left to play. An 11%er here. I'm 14 points back, 11% with AJ Brown left to play. So AJ Brown could get that one through. 100% to get that one through. So might lose a couple teams in there. Yeah, sad. Rip KLS. Rip KLS. If Travis Kelce gets shut down and Noah Gray has a usable week or two, I have a really fun team. Got some news for you on that, man. Noah Gray freaking stinks, dude. He's awesome. Wow, there we go. The one and only big dog that I gave the elite fire flame to got through. Well, shout out to you, Cade, man. I am so sick of the Kansas City wide receivers. But I mean, look, obviously a much better best ball season for us than last year, right? Not even the greatest of all time, but 272 teams through. How many did I advance last year? Not very many. I'll tell you that much. Did not advance very many teams last year. I think I got less than 100 teams through total last season. Let me see if I can load these on under. Probably no way. I wish there was a way to check last year. Bang. I have the 11th highest scoring team in the pointer. Let's go. 1 of 10 BBM and 31 Dalmatians. Hell yeah. All right, let's go. What is the 11th highest scoring team in the pointer? Let's go find it. Wow, 1,923 points. So going into the postseason, I do have 3 active quarterbacks. A-Chain, Harvey, Warren. So really only 4 running backs. and A-Chain might miss. So I might only have Harvey, Warren, and Hunt active. Puka, JSN, Pickens, Debo, Pat Bryant, Franklin, Kelsey, Ferguson, and Waller. Pretty good team. What's your highest ROI how would you even calculate that? Yeah, I think the math on 1.5 finals on 272 teams is like, I think someone did the math the other day and it's like 2.2 finals teams or something. But I had a couple finals teams last year with way fewer teams advancing. So you never know. I mean, you just gotta get lucky. I guess the reason why I advanced above expectation teams to the finals last year was because I didn't have any Barkley. So if you didn't have any Barkley or Henry last year, BBM analyze. Okay, so let's pull up. Was it BBM best ball BBM portfolio? Yeah, BBM portfolio. So here we go. We've got what do we want? We want leaderboard, entry breakdown. Entry break. Is it entry breakdown? Is that what we want? Entry breakdown. No, that's not it. Advancing 25. Worst case scenario could end up with a 13%. Could end up with an 8.7% advance rate. Could end up with 46. Probably not. The round 2 dashboard. Okay. Round 2 dashboard for old Davis Maddock. Getting $700 back in returns. Negative $1,192 in projected final P&L. So there you go. Did get him getting $100 back in prizes with a mid quarterback, mid tight end, and robust running back. Just got to jam robust running back, dude. That's what it's all about. Hmm. 25 advancing teams. I mean, you can't complain. Low owned gems. Your players on 3 or more advancing teams. Yeah, so no gems here. Only shitty players actually. Tootin, Blue, Purdy, Worthy, and Jefferson. So only brutal players. A lot of Pickens through. Geno not even going to be playing. Of course, have less Jonathan Taylor than the field. Way more Fannin than the field. More Trey McBride than the field. All right. Well, hey, 1 of 5 BBMs. Easy to lose $1,100 on site credits. If you max the puppy with 150 teams with average advance rates, you'd expect to make the finals 25% of the time. Yeah. Well, that's why you draft so many teams, man. At least that's why I draft so many teams. You gotta keep drafting, brothers. That's what they don't tell you. Is that basically it's kind of a game of combinations. It's also a game of quite a bit of luck. Like let's just be super honest. Like best ball is a game of almost preposterous. Oh, so I got my. Come on, don't wash me out like that, bro. This site is bbmportfolio.com. I've not used it as much. Strategy deep dive. My best performing strategy is robust running back. My most drafted strategy was robust running back. I would not have guessed that. What's my 0 RB advance rate? 25%. Yeah, 0 RB. I guess it works. Even when you make the finals, yes. Yeah, even when you make the finals, you still need an insane finish to profit. I was actually thinking about this. Is it more difficult to stream all your drafts? I don't really know. I don't honestly, like I don't have a good guess. Like obviously it means I'm up against more competent drafters more often, and I'm going to be facing people who don't know what's going on way less often. I don't know if that's true. but that would be my guess. And I agree with this as well. The extreme luck and variance is what makes it appealing. It's way harder for GTO bots to win all the money, for sure. Last year I had like 400 cheap teams. This year I only have about 100 non-elim teams. Did the smaller field stuff. Well, Yosh, you paid for your year, brother. How many teams are there left in the eliminator? Not that many, right? Yeah, dude. Look at this. There are only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there are only 28 teams left in the eliminator, and you have one of them. Yeah, 14 teams left after this week. Let's check the team. So Yosh heading into next week has Purdy, Stafford. So he's got 2 quarterbacks who are live. Jacobs is alive. Kyron is alive. Etienne's alive. Scadaboo's dead. Javante's alive. Chase is alive. Adams is alive. Sutton's alive. Jennings is alive. Rome is dead. McMillan might be back. And how about that? Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson. We got to give a clap to our boy. There's no pod luck there, dude. He drafted Michael Wilson. No pod luck when you've got Michael Wilson, brother. Wow, yeah. Higgins is in the T. Higgins is in the concussion protocol. Wow, Morris also has a Wilson in the elim. Yeah, advancing a Purdy Jennings team. Yeah, because you were getting like nothing from Purdy for weeks, so it was all Stafford. Yeah, I mean Plannon. I just assumed Plannon would be on there. Yeah, man. I hope that I hope you find Yoshi. I'm rooting for you, brother. All right, Vitron Morris is also still alive, and Morris is Vitron. Dak and Kidd, so he's got 2 quarterbacks who are alive. Barkley's alive. Chase Brown's alive. Sharps is alive. I guess Ford and Giddens are technically alive, but not really. Rome is dead. I guess Michael Wilson is a superpower here. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is functionally dead. But, what can you do? All right, boys. We'll do a more comprehensive analysis on the Wednesday show. We'll look at the stuff on Wednesday. Maybe I'll get Nez or Neil or Liam. Maybe I'll do a show. Maybe I'll do a show with old chess Liam. Let's take a look. Let's fire a pick 'em. Let's fire a Monday night pick 'em. So I got a profit boost in the Labarino here. I would really like to take a Amarian Hampton higher. Maybe bad, but I do kind of think Hampton is going to be the starting running back here. So I'm going to take Hampton 38.5 rushing yards. I would like to take like a Justin Herbert sack of some degree. Who's the best pass rusher on the Eagles? Do the Eagles have a particularly good pass? I don't even know. By position, defensive reports, all. Who's the Eagles' best pass rusher? Let's go pass rushing snaps, teams, the Philadelphia Eagles. Isn't Jalen Carter not playing? Oh, Jalen Phillips. Yeah, Jalen Phillips is really good. All right, let's see what we've got for Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips, I don't like that. Does not indicate he's going to get a ton. Carter is out. So who's the most likely guy to get a sack? Jordan Davis? Jalix Hunt? Who leads them in hurries? That's a lot of hurries. Wow, that is a lot of hurries in 305 snaps and 8 quarterback hits. All right, you know what? Let's do it. We're going to take Jalen Phillips to get a sack. And then we could do, what is like Gadsden receptions or Ladd receptions, maybe? 4.5 receptions for Ladd. Gadsden is what? Gadsden is 3.5 receptions. We could take him down to 2.5. Let's look at the fantasy life stuff and look at the routes. So I don't want to rush into that. Oh, Trey Harris receptions. All right, so we've got the Los Angeles Chargers, and they got their doors blown off a couple weeks ago. So the last month of the season, we've got QJ leads in routes. So Gadsden has been trailing in routes behind Keenan. What about just last week? Yeah, Gadsden was down. Keenan up there, 22% targets per route run. So whole last month of the season, targets per route run. KLS was active for a game. Shout out to him. Keenan, Ladd. I think I might just do Ladd receptions. Ladd receptions is probably fine, right? I mean, he's been out there, and they're definitely gonna need to throw quickly tonight against that pass rush. 4.5 might be a lot. You know what? No, let's do it with let's do this with Gadsden. Let's do 3.5 receptions for Gadsden. We got the profit boost. Let's fire 25 on that. Oh, location error, bro. I haven't gotten the location error in a while, actually. It's a 55 total tonight? No way. It cannot be a 55 point total tonight. Oh my God. Do not do this to me, Underdog Fantasy. Exactly. You got to believe in something. Yeah, I was going to say 41.5 feels a lot more likely. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Come on. All right. I'm going to open a new window, and then I'm going to type in Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to log in. New window. I'm going to take all these out, and I'm going to add them all in again. So we're going to do Hampton rushing yards. We are going to do Aronde Gadsden receptions, and we're going to do Jalen Phillips to record a sack. Got the profit boost. We got $25. I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, yes. Rams Lions. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Come on, dude. Give me, please let me do a pick 'em on your website. I know my location access is on. Oh my God. I'm tilting so hard right now. What if I unapply the profit boost? Nope. This is such a skill issue right now. Saquon longest rush over. No, not doing that. All right, let me try one more thing. Maybe if I do it in Firefox, maybe we'll try it in Firefox. We'll log in. Maybe my location services will be better here. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do it on my phone because it always works on the phone. All right, I allowed Underdog Fantasy to see my location. We've got Jalen Phillips to record a sack. Okay, all right. Ad blocker updated. Great. Gadsden, 3.5 receptions. And we've got Amari and Hampton, 38.5 rushing yards. We got a profit boost. We're going to put $25 on it. There we go. See, it's always a browser issue for me. Who do I think is more important for the best ball playoffs, CMC or Gibbs? I mean, whoever. I don't know. Do you guys have an answer for that? I don't think I have an answer for that. Whoever scores more points. How about that? That is my professional opinion. I guess I would rather have Gibbs because Gibbs has a better week 17 game, right? He's got the dome game against the Vikings. All right. I gotta tweet this one out. All right. It is time to believe in something on Monday Night Football. Bang. Done. Okay. So yeah, CMC is getting like a truly insane amount of usage. Wow, Bound's got his wrists up, boys. Wrists up. Don't mess with my boy Bound. He's got his wrist up. He's saying Shedeur. Well, yeah, 48% of the field has Jonathan Taylor, and he's playing on the road at Seattle with his backup quarterback. So I wouldn't say I'd be all that excited to have Jonathan Taylor. In fact, I would say Jonathan Taylor would be like one of the last guys you'd want to see. First place in the drafters 250. Taylor functionally dead. Yeah, not great. All right, let's fire up. Let's take a look at the. Oh, please let me. Don't do this. There we go. See the location error fix itself for BR. Underdog playoff best ball will be back up tomorrow. The contest just filled for last night. First look BR week 15. This is actually not technically my first look because I've drafted a couple of these. Yes, also a very good point here, which is that it basically never fails how insane the stuff turns out in the playoffs. The pretty hard, I think, for the Colts to make the playoffs at this stage. I wouldn't imagine the Colts being so. The Colts are already projected out, but if the Colts lose to the Seahawks and if they lose to the Texans, they're basically done. Yeah, JT would have to go like beyond nuts. I drafted one best ball team, 2061. I think that's a decent amount of points. What do you mean they've come too far? They've lost 4 games in a row and they lost their quarterback. I don't really think anyone cares about how far you've come when Riley Leonard is starting at quarterback. They might have to start Brett Rippon at quarterback. Yeah, we are. I don't even think we're staring down the barrel, but I think Jaguars are definitely winning 12 games. Jaguars are not a bad team, man. They're really not. All right, we are up. Yeah, I'm definitely just taking JSN. I think you definitely could take Jamar Chase, but I guess the ADPs will probably end up like last week with JSN ahead of Chase. Duval. I mean, sure, the Colts can sign anyone who's a free agent. Is there any free agent you'd want to have? Richardson, I don't think is that close to returning based on everything I've heard. I mean, it could be wrong, but it sounds like he has like a pretty severe injury. No, all right. So we've got JSN. Wow, murderer's row of running backs you don't really want to take. I guess Keaton Mitchell injured, so we can take Henry. But honestly, probably Rashee Rice is better there. Yeah, honestly, everyone in the NFL should just agree that Joe Flacco gets to go back to Indianapolis. They can't trade for him. I don't think the Chiefs would waive Minshew to do that. I guess I heard that they mentioned this last week. Why the reason why Brady Cook came in is that Fields has a hurt knee. I guess. Yeah, yeah. Jameis and Flacco all time quarterback. I agree. Well, you can't trade in week 13, bro, or week 15 or whatever the fuck week it is. Maybe Minshew heads back there next year. Yeah, I could definitely see Minshew heading back there next year. All right. We have JSN. We have Derrick Henry. I'm not even that hip on taking McBride. I'm actually going to take Bowers. I think Bowers against Philly seems like a pretty good spot. What is the Colts? BKG, maybe you did you watch yesterday? Daniel Jones is out for the year. So their starting quarterback is out. They no longer have access to him. So they're now starting Riley Leonard, who is an undrafted free agent from Notre Dame and Duke at a quarterback. I don't love Jacobs. I don't love Henderson. You know what? I do really like ETN. Tootin got stone benched yesterday. Preseason we wouldn't care. So why now? Well, in the preseason, the Colts were big time dogs to make the postseason. So you're right. We wouldn't have cared. I think are you a Colts fan, brother? I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding. I'll bet you BKG. If you'd like, I will make a financial wager with you that the Indianapolis Colts will miss the postseason. I will do a vig free wager with you that the Colts do not make the postseason. So Tootin did get banged up, but then he came back and he played special teams. So he was still returning kicks and playing on the punt team after he came back. So actually, and his fumble also happened after he got banged up. So it's like actually over. I mean, I guess I could see Taylor being okay on like stone volume. I mean, Taylor's obviously like a great player. Man, Colts quarterback Riley Leonard is dealing with a knee injury that leaves his status for Sunday's game up to question. Not loving that. Not loving that at all. All right. So probably wide receiver here. What quarterback do we want to take naked? Actually, we could do Purdy. Can I take JMO? Is JMO gone? Shit, Jameson's gone. I'm panicking. All right, let's do Dart. Naked Dart, actually. Speaking of TB12, what's the best way to find total PPR points for Zay versus Devonta Smith? I can look that up for you right now. I actually have no way of knowing. Who do you guys think has more total PPR points right now, Zay versus Devonta? I would guess. I mean, it's got to be Devonta. Devonta has at least scored some touchdowns. Here you go. Devonta Smith, 23. Zay Flowers, 18. Oh, it's actually Zay. It's actually Zay. Wow. I would have gotten that wrong. I for sure would have gotten that wrong. Wide receiver. Dart. Can we take shit, I'll take Wan'Dale Robinson. Sure. I would not have gotten that one right. In full PPR, it's Flowers. That doesn't count this week yet. I think it does. That's why it's so much. Yeah, it does. It does count this week. But Devonta yet to play. Yeah, Zay just went off and Smith hasn't played yet. Okay. So it's Devonta marginally. Yeah, okay. So what is it in terms of total points? Devonta has 160, or Flowers has 163 and Devonta has 158. So Devonta is 13.2 points per game. Flowers is 12.6 points per game. Yeah. So Devonta marginally better. So what? I guess if Devonta gets, so if Devonta, it's going to be very close. That one's going down to the ringer. At the very least, you can say that one is going down to the very end. No one's paying up. No one's paying up early on that wager. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not a guarantee that Devonta passes him tonight. You'd expect him to, but you definitely wouldn't say 100%. All right, first main BR team: Dart, Henry, ETN, JSN, Wandale, and Bowers. I mean, should we just wrap it up? Did we just win right there? Did we just find a shipper early? All right, let's wrap it up there. I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back with you boys tomorrow at some point. Probably for playoff best ball. So we'll draft some playoff best ball tomorrow with the sidekick. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for daily fantasy football videos, and I'll